and we are offering the Buddha Puja at this time. Enang හැම දෙනෙක්ම බුද්ධ පූජාව සඳහා සූදානම් වෙන්න. සාදු සාදු සාදු. ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්ම සාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Today, as we all know, Vesak is the most important celebration for Buddhists like us because we are celebrating the life of the Buddha. That is the birth of the Buddha as a human being, and then he became enlightened 35 years later as the Buddha, and then he had been teaching 45 years all the important wisdom that he discovered through thousands of lives in samsara, training himself to understand the nature of life and how to use our life to the fullest capacity, that is, to attain the enlightenment in the end. And he had been teaching 45 years continuously, taking only a short break at night, like 3 hours, And then he started teaching again, because even in the midnight he had been teaching all the celestial beings when everybody is in sleeping. So when he was 85 years old, he decided that he had completed his teaching, and he announced that he is going to leave the world and enter into nirvana. Nirvana is not a place to go, but it is complete cessation of existence. And he, Buddha, was born, became enlightened, and finally attained nibbana in all these three events according to original calendar took place on a full moon of May. It is like a coincidence, but it is not a coincidence because Buddha was extremely refined, unusual, well developed personality. It's not an ordinary personality, even beyond God. So someone like that, born on a full moon of May, became enlightened on a full moon of May, and passed away in a full moon of May is not an unusual thing. So it's very common for someone so great, being beyond human. For us, he looked like a human, but internally, Buddha is not just a human. He has surpassed the level of human being, and he has attained a much higher level. So people like that, even when he was born, we know he took 7 steps. The day he was born, and then he raised his finger to the sky and he said, I am the greatest. Aggo hamasmi lokassa. I am the most senior in the world or the universe. So something like that, people think, how could that be possible? When a little baby was born, how the little baby walked? 7 steps. But since we have no understanding, no enough capacity of our understanding, the operation of such a being is hard to comprehend. So it is not unusual that he walked 7 steps just after he was born. Now you can see even some animals like horses and cows can get up and walk just the day they were born. But this is not a regular animal. This is a supreme being who was born as little baby Siddhartha, but inside him was a complete refinement of human capacity. So then, therefore, today all the children are joining, observing the precepts, and the children are very lucky to participate in practicing Dhamma and learning Dhamma at this age 6 to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16. This is the most fortunate thing that can happen to any person who was born in this world, to be exposed to the teachings of the Buddha, to know about Buddha, to know about Dhamma, to know about Sangha. It's the best thing happen to any person anywhere in this universe, not only in this world, but in the whole universe. And for us, we had that opportunity, that luxury of knowing the Buddha and being able to practice the teachings of the Buddha, learn the teachings of the Buddha. That's an extreme luxury that can happen to anyone. And all of us who are born in Buddhist families in Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma, and they are seriously paying attention to the Buddha and his teaching, and about being enlightened as a human being, as Sangha, and that is wonderful thing to happen. And all the children who are sitting here today are extremely fortunate to celebrate the life of the Buddha. You are not only generating so much positive energy that make your life easier and better and happier, but you also generate so much wisdom that protect you from lot of trouble that we experience in life, that people experience in life. As Buddhist who knows Dharma, when we experience the difficulties of life, those difficulties are not that difficult for us. For ordinary people who does not know Dharma, those difficulties are really difficult situations in their life. But for us, it's not that difficult. Why? Because we know the Dhamma. Today, Bhante Shanta will guide you with 10 precepts, 8 precepts, and some of you are observing 10 precepts. The children can observe 8 precepts, and everyone else can observe 10 precepts. It's okay, because you have been observing 8 precepts for a long time. All the senior members of our community. So you can observe 10 precepts for the day. It's not for a long time, just for the day. So you also can observe 8 precepts. Children will observe 8 precepts. And then after that, Bhante Shanta will guide you, especially because of the children. Bhante Shanta will guide you with the recitation of paying homage to the Buddha, because Buddhist practice begin with paying homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, taking refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. The Buddhist life begins with reverence to the Buddha. Buddhist lives ends with paying reverence to the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. So everyone, now the Bhante Shanta will guide you with 8 precepts. Please put your palms together. එහෙනම් හැමදෙයක්ම අටසිල් සමාදන් වෙන්න නමස්කාර කියනවා.
බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒ Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Aham bhante ajja imanca divasang uposatang upavasami. Attanga samannagatang silang samadhiyami. Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adinnādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Abrahmacharya veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Surāmeraya majjapamādattāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Vikāla bhojana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Naccagita vadita visuka dassana mālā gandha vilepana dharana mandana vibhusanattana veramani. Sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Uccāsayana mahāsayana veramani. Sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Imani atthanga uposata silani samadhiyami. Imani atthanga uposata silani samadhiyami. Imani atthanga uposata silani samadhiyami. දැන් දසසිල් සමාදන් වෙන්නට සූදානම් වෙන අය කරුණාකර නමස්කාරය කියන්න දසසිල් සමාදන්වීම සඳහා. බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒ ුතියම්පි බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒ ුතියම්පි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒ ුතියම්පි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි တ තියම්පි බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි တ තියම්පි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි တ තියම්පි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි สรณากมนังสัมปุณนังปานาติปาตาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิอดินนาดานาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิඅබ්‍රහ්මචරියා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි මුසාවාදා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි සුරාමේරය මජ්ජපමා දට්ඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි විකාල භෝජනා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි නච්චගීත වාදිත විසූක දස්සනා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි මාලාගන්ධ විලේපන ධාරණ මණ්ඩන විභූෂණට්ඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි උච්චාසයන මහාසයනා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි ජාතරූප රජත පටිග්ගහනා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි ඉමානි දස සික්ඛාපදානි සමාදියාමි ඉමානි දස සික්ඛාපදානි සමාදියාමි ඉමානි දස සික්ඛාපදානි සමාදියාමි අෂ්ටාංග සීලයේ සමාදන් වුණු, ඒවගේම දස සිල් සමාදන් වුණු ශ්‍රද්ධාකාමී කාරුණික දූදරුවනි, කාරුණික පින්වත්නි, දැන් ස්වල්ප මොහොතකට ඉහතදී අමාමෑණී ලොව්තුරා සම්මා සම්බුදුපියාණන් වහන්සේ උදෙසා සකස් කරන ලද ඒ මල් පහන් සුවඳදුන් ගිලම්පස ඉතාමත්ම ආදර භක්තියෙන් යුක්තව තැන්පත් කරන්නට යෙදුණා. දැන් බලාපොරොත්තු වන්නේ ඒ තැන්පත් කළා වූ ඒ සියලු පූජාවන් ලෝකයක් සැනසූ තථාගත ලොව්තුරා බුදුපියාණන් වහන්සේට ඉතාමත්ම සාදර සිතින් යුක්තව පූජා කරලා ඒ බුද්ධ වන්දනාව පවත්වීමටයි වෙනදා අපිත් සමගම ගාථා සජ්ජායනා කළත් අද සෑහෙන පිරිසක් ඊට සම්බන්ධ වෙලා ඉන්න නිසා එම ගාථාවන් මා විසින් කියවනවා. ඉන් පස්සේ මේ අය ඒ ගාථා සජ්ජායනා කරන හැටියට මා කරුණිකව මතක් කරනවා. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදෝ අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරථි සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති ස්වාක්ඛාතෝ භගවතා ධම්මෝ සන්දිට්ඨිකෝ අකාලිකෝ ඒහි පස්සිකෝ ඕපනයිකෝ පච්චත්තං වේදිතබ්බෝ විඤ්ඤෝහිති සුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ උජුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ ඤායපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ යදිදං චත්තාරි පුරිස යුගානි අට්ඨ පුරිස පුග්ගලා ඒස භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනෙයෝ පාහුනෙයෝ දක්ඛිනෙයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති වන්දාමි චේතියං සබ්බං සබ්බටානේසු පතිට්ඨිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා යස්ස මූලේ නිසින්නෝව සබ්බාරි විජයන්නකා පත්තෝ සබ්බඤ්ඤුතං සත්තා වන්දේතං බෝධිපාදපං ඉමේ ඒතේ මහා බෝධි ලෝකනාතේන පූජිතා අහම්පිතේ නමස්සාමි බෝධිරාජා නමස්තුතේ ඝනසාරප්පදිත්තේන දීපේන තමදංසිනා තිලෝක දීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමෝනුදං සුගන්ධිකාය වදනං අනන්ත ගුණගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයන්තං පූජාභාජනමුත්තමං වන්නගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුහේ පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේනනේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේනච හෝතු මොක්ඛං පංමිලායාති යථා ඉදම්මේ කායෝතථායාති විනාසභාවං අධිවාසෙතු නොබන්තේ පානීයං පරිකම්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු මුත්තමං අධිවාසෙතු නොබන්තේ ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්නාතු මුත්තම නමාමි බුද්ධං ගුණසාගරන්තං සත්තා සදාහොන්තු සුඛී අවේරා කායෝජිගුච්චෝ සකලෝ දුගන්දෝ ගච්ඡන්ති සබ්බේ මරණං අහංච නමාමි ධම්මං මුනි රාජ දේශිතං සත්තා සදාහොන්තු සුඛී අවේරා කායෝජිගුච්චෝ සකලෝ දුගන්දෝ ගච්ඡන්ති සබ්බේ මරණං අහංච නමාමි සංඝං මුනි රාජ ශාවකං සත්තා සදාහොන්තු සුඛී අවේරා කායෝජිගුච්චෝ සකලෝ දුගන්දෝ ගච්ඡන්ති සබ්බේ මරණං අහංච කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අච්චයං කමමේ භන්තේ බුරිපඤ්ඤ තථාගත කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අච්චයං කමමේ ධම්ම සන්දිට්ඨික අකාලික කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අච්චයං කමමේ සංඝ සුපටිපන්න අනුත්තර ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බානපත්තියා ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බානපත්තියා ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බානපත්තියා. දැන් අපත් සමගම පිරිසූත්‍රයක් සජ්ජායනා කරන හැටියට මා මතක් කරනවා. කරණීය මත්ත කුසලේන යන්තං සන්තං පදං අභිසමෙච්ච සක්කෝ උජුච සුජුච සුවාචෝ චස්ස මුදු අනතිමානී සන්තොස්සකෝච සුභරෝච අපකිච්චෝච සල්ලව්කවුත්ති සන්තින්ද්‍රියෝච නිපකෝච අපගබ්බෝ කුලේසු අනනුගිද්දෝ නචකුද්දං සමාචරේ කිංචියේන විඤ්ඤෝපරේ උපවදෙය්‍යං සුඛිනෝවා khේමිනෝ හොන්තු සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තා යේකේචිපාන භූතත්ථි තසාවා තාවරාවා අනවසේසා දීඝාවායේ මහන්තාවා මජ්ජිමාරස්ස khānukathula දිට්ඨා වායේව අද්දිට්ඨා යේච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සම්භවේ සීවා සබ්බේ සත්ත භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තා නපරෝ පරන්නිකුම්බේත නාතිමඤ්ඤේත කත්තචිනංකංචි ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටිග සංඥා නාඤ්ඤමඤ්ඤස්ස දුක්ඛමෙච්චෙය්‍ය මාතා යථානියං පුත්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුත්ත මනුරක්ඛේ එවම්පි සබ්බ භූතේසු මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තංච සබ්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං උද්ධං අදෝච තිරියංච අසංබාධං අවේරං අසපත්තං තිට්ඨං චරන්නිසින්නෝවා සයානෝවා යාවතස්ස විගතමිද්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිට්ඨේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝ දිට්ඨින්ච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනය්‍යගේධං නහි ජාතු ගබ්බසෙය්‍යං පුනරේතිති.
Sadhu,
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 sadhu.
sadhu. Happy Vesak again, everyone. All of you know that COVID-19 is making so much difficulties in Asian countries, including in Sri Lanka. And some great group of venerable monks from Sri Lanka has started the project, some of you already know, to recite the 9 virtues of the Buddha called Aditthana Puja all over the world, reciting Itipiso Gatha to bring health and comfort to those people who are experiencing difficulties in our countries. Taiwan used to be one of the perfect countries, but recently we knew that Taiwan is also being hit by the virus. Sri Lanka is badly hit, and Vietnam is also affected by the virus again for the second or third time. And India, you know, is totally devastated. And this recitation of 9 virtues of the Buddha to bring peace and safety to these people was started on 19th of this month, and it will continue until the 26th of this month. Last night, if you wish to participate, you can also you can join by going to saddam.com, saddam.com, and it is a very, very amazing program. Very beautiful Dharma talks are given, and lot of people from all over the world at the same time join recitation of Itipiso. Last night started at 10:30 in Sri Lanka, I think 10 o'clock in Sri Lanka at night. Our time was 10:30 in Sri Lanka. Our time was 10 o'clock, and we also joined, and a lot of people joined from United States and France and other people. And today on this very special morning, I would like all of you to join us at this moment to recite Itipiso Gata for short time, like 7-8 minutes, hoping or sincerely wishing the recovery from the coronavirus for all beings, all men, women, and children in Asia especially, but in all over the world in general. So now I would like all of you to join with us to recite Itipiso Gatava. We have about 7 minutes and we are going to recite. And children also should think that may all the people who are experiencing real difficulties with coronavirus, and most of the family members losing their relatives and friends in Sri Lanka, we hear a lot, and India so much, and other places the same. And all the children should think, may the power of the Buddha, may the power of the virtues of the Buddha bring peace and happiness to those people who are affected by COVID-19 virus. With these kind thoughts in our mind, let us recite Itipiso Gatava together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho
විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විජ්ජාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති සබ්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තෝ සබ්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව සබ්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සබ්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව සබ්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සබ්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව සබ්බේ බුද්ධා බලප්පත්තා පච්චේකානංචයං බලං අරහන්තානංච තේජේන රක්කං බන්දාමි සබ්බසෝ.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We just participated in a very beautiful metta meditation. If you develop kindness and compassion for people who are experiencing difficulties and wish them well and wish them comfort, and that is a practice of metta. So today all the children participate in practicing metta on this Vesak full moon Poya celebration day. And thank you for joining us. And if you really wish to join anyone about this program, they are planning to recite millions of times of this sutta, this gatha, all over the world by Buddhist, and it is called saddam.com, SADD HAM. Just one second. SADDHAM.com. please go there. And this is operated by Sadham Sevana group, and you can go to this website and participate if you wish, because our family members and our relatives are also in danger in those countries, and it is a wonderful thing to do and participate in. And this is a great program, and monks who are doing in Sri Lanka are very, very sincere, and they are getting together with other monks in Europe and other temples in United States and so on. And thank you very much for participating in this very special ceremony. And now the children can take a break, and then they can join Venerable Chandima of Buddha Vihara at 10 o'clock. So you have a 30 minutes break. Huh? And then the adults, now we have a short Dharma talk, and if you need to go to restroom or something, please take a 5 minutes break. And 9:30 Dharma talk should be started according to our schedule, but since we went a little bit longer, now we get together 9:40 in 5 minutes, and I will be here to begin the Dhamma talk. ධර්ම දේශනාව ආරම්භ කරන්න තව මිනිත්තු 5කින් ආපහු එන්න. අනිත් අය එළියට යන්න ඕනේ නැත්නම් එන්න. Until they come and join, we sit quietly for 3 minutes, paying attention to our breath. Every opportunity we have, if you practice mindfulness, we become good at mindfulness. Breathing meditation is a useful tool to cultivate our mindfulness. Mindfulness is being here now, being at present, and being fully aware of the present. Present and related to oneself. What thoughts are arising in the mind? What emotions are arising in the mind? And what feelings are arising in the mind? if we become good at capturing what is happening in the mind, it gives a much better control over our lives. When we get emotional, when we get angry, we immediately react to different things. That reaction may not be always the best reaction. But if you have the mindfulness active, at the moment that you are reacting, even before the reaction, you know, my mind is governed by this type of emotion. This emotion is going to make me do this, say this. It may not be very good for myself or my family or my friends. Therefore, it is better not to say it, not to do it. That is how mindfulness always help you to observe your mind and get to know your mind, and also take over your mind. Instead of your mind take over you, you take over your mind and you get control. Without mindfulness, you never get control of your life, ever. Therefore, Buddha had spent a lot of time teaching mindfulness practice to all his disciples. Satipatthana Sutta is one of the longest suttas teaching you how to cultivate your mindfulness. If all of us are very mindful, our world becomes a very nice place for us to live. When there are 1,000 monks in the group with the Buddha, everybody is mindful, everybody is calm and peaceful. They don't let the negative emotions control their lives because their mindfulness is active. So it's a wonderful place to spend some time. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. That was break time. Break time is over. During the break, we didn't want to waste our time, so we, and especially a day like today, we don't want to waste our time, so we just try to pay attention to mindfulness, and we practice mindfulness a little bit. Now we begin the Dharma talk. Even 10 minutes later, we are happy to have the time to sit down and listen to some Dharma. Samanta Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajasa Sunantu Saggamukhadang Dhammasavana Kalu Ayang Bhadanta Dhammasavana Kalu Ayang Bhadanta Dhammasavana Kalu Ayang Bhadanta Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Bahung ve saranang yanti pabbitani vanani ca arama rukha chetyani manussa bhaya chaddita netang kho saranang khemang netang saranamuttamang Netang saranamagam sabba dukkha pamunchati yocha buddhancha dhammancha sanghancha saranangato chattari arya saccani sammapanyaya passati Dukkhaṃ dukkha samuppadam dukkhasya ca atikkamam ariyaṃ catthaṃgikaṃ maggaṃ dukkhopasamagaminam etaṃ kho saranaṃ khemaṃ etaṃ saranamuttamam Etang saranamagam sabba dukkha pamunchati. Happy Vesak, everyone. Today is in our hearts. It's the most important day to practice, learn and practice the teachings of the Buddha. As disciples of the Buddha, we appreciate the amazing teaching that we received as Buddhist, where nobody else in the whole world received such an amazing teaching. And therefore, we should be grateful that we happen to be Buddhist, we are Buddhist, and we are exposed to Dhamma still after 2,500 years later. And we also want to express our appreciation and gratitude to the Buddha for sharing such amazing wisdom with humankind. So day like today, it's one of the best days to express our appreciation to the Buddha for compassionately sharing that wisdom with all of us. 2,500 years ago, he completely explained the real nature of human life and how much all of us are consciously and unconsciously experiencing frustration and fears, not knowing that it can be overcome. But Buddha has clearly described to us all these frustration and fears and problems and worries that we are experiencing can be totally eliminated from our mind, and we can completely be happy and peaceful and joyful throughout our life. And this wisdom is not only given to us, but he also taught step by step ways of doing this so difficult task to remove those frustration fears from our system. It is so difficult for ordinary people like us to clean up our mind that is so defiled for millions of lives in the past, and now we are trying to clean it. It's not easy. But the great teacher like the Buddha is the expert on helping even the weakest person in cleaning this. To start in a very small place and then gradually become more and more skillful in cleaning the mind. Skillful. The more you become skillful, more you become efficient and successful in cleansing our minds. And that method, step by step method, is completely taught by the Buddha. Where are you starting from? This is what you are doing at this point, and then you become good at that part, and then this is what you are going to start, which is much easier because you have done the first part. Once you do the second part, the third part becomes much easier for you again, and even the weakest, foolish, inefficient person under a great teacher like the Buddha would become so strong and so powerful and so efficient and so successful in getting this very difficult task completed. In the time of the Buddha, there were so many enlightened monks, nuns, men, women, and children, because they had the first-hand knowledge received from the Buddha, first-hand guidance, first-hand coaching was available for them, and they were so lucky. But even at that time, there were so many other people whose vision is so cluttered that they don't even know the difference between the Buddha and any other teacher or instructor available to them. The Buddha was there, but there were so many other people who were following the second class teachers, not being able to know the difference between the superiority of a great teacher like the Buddha. And even in today's world, the Dhamma is still available after 2,500 years later. And only few of us has the ability to really understand or see the value of what Buddha had discovered for us, what Buddha had taught to us, and how can we use that knowledge to our benefit. Still we don't see, because our vision is so cluttered by so many experiences that we have gone through, positive and negative experiences that we have gone through in the past lives. But only few of us, after paying attention to some of these great instructions and use that knowledge to look at their lives, their own lives, they slowly begin to see some sense, make some sense out of the Buddha's teaching. And by doing so, you generate some interest, very important word, interest in the Dhamma, to pursue a little bit further. That is how some of us are. You feel the validity or the use of the teachings of the Buddha and how special that is, and we become more interested in pursuing it. And we are some of those people in this world. But many of us, even, that means so-called Buddhist, even don't have the enough mental capacity to distinguish the wisdom that we are receiving from the Buddha from some ordinary type of knowledge that we are receiving from other sources. So we think that Buddha is also one of the great teachers. There were many teachers, and Buddha is one of them. Buddha may be a little bit special, but all other teachers have taught the same thing. That's what we hear. Even in my classes, when I bring some sutra knowledge that taught by the Buddha, I hear from some of my students who are mainly Christians, who are going to be Christian priests and who are going to teach Christianity in colleges, and they say, Bhante, we found the same teaching in our religion. And I don't put them down. Yes, this is very important. Anyone who has wisdom find out certain things due to their wisdom that other people who don't have the wisdom can see. But it is nothing compared to the wisdom brought to the world by the Buddha. All the little bits and pieces Buddha discovered that certain level of understanding life. For example, dana is practiced by a lot of other groups. Sila, being nice, is practiced by many other religious groups. Sometimes even meditation is practiced by a lot of other religious groups, like Hindu religion especially. Yeah? All these are very helpful for all of us to minimize our difficulties of our life for some extent. It's like when you have a wound, you put a plaster and then you feel better. But that does not mean that wound is completely cured or healed. But that little plaster is very helpful. So there are many different teachings. For example, I give you a simple example. I am this person is having so much difficulties with their health, and this person would think that God is so powerful and God is compassionate and God will take care of me. I will be healed by the power of God. By the grace of God, I'll be healed. That is actually a great thing, because this person develops some confidence that he or she is going to be healed due to the grace of God. That little comfort is very powerful also. But it's very light and simple, derived from belief, not with any wisdom or knowledge. So that comfort that somebody is there to take care of me, even that person take care of you or does not take care of you, you have that faith that so and so is taking care of me. That faith is very helpful in going forward for some extent. So now you know there are many religions in the world, including Buddhism. According to what just you heard, uh, that was from Dhammapada. One time the Buddha was teaching a very important clue where the religions are beginning. Manusa bhaya tajjita. When you are threatened by fear, you are going to die soon. You have cancer. You're going to die soon. Your mother is the most important person in your life. Wow, your mother is going to die. Devastating. Your family, your house is going to be burned. The fire is coming in the mountain, wildfire. The next house is already getting ready to be burned, and your house is coming, and so much fear of losing your total wealth, your house, your property, everything in the house is going to be ash in a matter of few minutes. And then you fear. This fear is common to all. long time ago, when the people were nomads in the forest, wildfires start, and then the two branches rub, and then fire start, and then it goes all over the world, and it kills all the animals, and it dries all the water, and the fire would come and burn them also, if they don't run away on time. And so they were so afraid of fire, flood. Flood would come and wash away everything that they had, and they were experiencing so much fear of losing everything, fear of death, and all the other fears, minor and major. So when they are experiencing this fear, wind, flood, wind, like destroy the whole forest, or all their little homes that they are living in, if they are living in homes, they are experiencing so much fear. And now they need somebody to protect them. Your little dog, when the dog is scared by something, immediately run to the owner, towards the owner, master. It's a very common thing when you have fear. Even a little child, running around in the park or in the mall or someplace, as soon as the child gets scared, immediately look for mommy, mommy, mommy. Yeah. That's how it goes. Mommy is the protection. So manusa bhaya chajita. When these people were threatened by those fears, they need someone to take care of them, protect them. They want to have some more powerful person than they are. That's we all are. Even today, a lot of people want to go behind these politicians they think they are powerful. They are not powerful, but they think they are powerful. So they go behind them to get a job for their children or something. So keeping the powerful person in your side is a very, very common need of all of us according to the Buddha. It's all beings, not only human beings, all beings, when they are threatened by fear, they need someone more powerful than they are, and they adore them, they worship them, they praise them to keep them in your side. I will praise you, you take care of me. I will give you oblation, fruits and other things. The yagas in India at that time, when they want to perform then some offering to the god or gods that they think who are protecting them, the people want them to be in your side. So we say, okay, they say, Lord, we will offer you 100 cows, 200 chickens, and this many fruits, this many even human beings. Sometimes they sacrifice to God to please the God, to bring them into their side. Who is this God? Maybe a huge tree, probably a mountain, probably a big church or temple or some special building. They go there and they pray. They offer things. They praise the Lord. I'm not talking about Christians. Huh? This is all even Buddhist. Why the Buddhists go to Katragama and Deundara and all these temples and offer fruits and money and food and flowers and 7 trays of flowers and this many fruits. They want the powerful guy, powerful person, whom they call whatever the name, in your side. That is what the offerings are made for. So this Gatha says, Buddha says, Bahung ve saranang yanti pabbatani vananicha. Even now, if you go to China, there are certain mountains, not only China, but any other places also, they worship. They worship because there is power. Now, even some Buddhists go to Sripada, probably because of the feeling that it brings a lot of people, not everyone. No? People who know Dharma go to Sripada is different from people who don't know Dharma go to Sripada. Some trees, Arama Rukha, Rukha means huge trees. In India, they find a huge tree and then they think that God is living there and we want to friends with God, and you go under the tree and kill all the animals and offer to the God. That's a common practice. Even today, maybe. Huh? Arama, Rukka, temples, gas, trees, monuments. Chaitya is the stupas, even Buddhist. Huh? Even Buddhists go to stupa and pray for the health of their children. My child is sick. Please save my child. And you go to the Ruanel Shire, and which is a huge stupa where a lot of relics is, and they feel good about it. But Buddha would laugh at him. How can this huge collection of bricks heal your child? It's not going to happen. But if you revere this stupa to remind the virtues of the Buddha, remind the Dhamma that is taught by the Buddha to yourself, and this stupa will be very helpful. This temple is good. Tooth temple, if you go and pay homage to the Buddha and express your devotion and appreciation to the Buddha, means you are actually paying appreciation, expressing your appreciation to the Dhamma. Yo Buddham pasati somam pasati. Whoever sees the Buddha sees the Dhamma. Whoever respects the Buddha respects the Dhamma. Dhamma is directly going to heal you, solve your problems. Dhamma is the one that solves your problems, not the trees, not the temples, not the stupas. When you are in fear of the beginning of all religions, according to this clue that is given by the Buddha, it's the fear. Even Siddhartha had the fear of getting old. You look at the father and, wow, he's old now. It's going to happen to me. I don't want this to happen to me. That's what Siddhartha thought. Our Buddha. My mom died And look at all these people. When I go to the city, I see so many people die, so many people get sick. No, no, no. I don't want to be like this. I'm afraid to die. I'm afraid to be sick. There should be a way to stop this. That's how Buddha started. I want to find that way of stopping my getting old. I want to stop my death. Later on, Buddha was thinking, young Siddhartha was thinking, if I want to start death, I don't like death, but I want to stop it. But if I am born, I'm going to die. Then Buddha was logically thinking, if you stop birth, then you are not going to die. Very clever thinking. This is Siddhartha was thinking in one of the suttas you can find. I'm going to die because I am born. But if I'm not born, I don't die. So I have no problem. So how do I attain that deathless state? Amata. Amata, nirvana, another word for nirvana is amata. How do I get to amata? Deathlessness, nirvana. That's why he left the palace. I want to find out why. Originally, he had the fear of facing all these things. Getting old, I don't want to get old. He had so much fear. Handsome guy, I don't want to be ugly. So fair. So he thought, not only for myself, I want to find this out, but if I find out this, I'm finding out for everyone. So I will bring that knowledge of deathlessness. One day, Buddha, immediately after he became enlightened, he was walking from Uruela to some other place where he gave the Dharma Talk, Benares. And this guy saw him, and he was so handsome looking. This Buddha was, and he thought, wow, who are you? Are you a man? Are you a god? Are you what? This and that. You know, that the man was, what is his name? I don't remember anyway. So he was asked, no, who is your teacher? Then finally he asked. And then Buddha explained, I am not a human being, I am not a divine being, I am not this, I am not that, but I am the Buddha. I am awakened. I am the awakened one. That's what he answered. What is the word? Very beautiful word. Amata dundubing. Gachami kasinang purang. Amata dundubing. The drum of deathlessness. I'm going to beat the drum of deathlessness to the city of Kasi. Kasinampuram, because there are a lot of people in there. I'm going to teach that, because after the enlightenment, he found the deathlessness. Now, what he wanted to find out. So he know he's not going to get old anymore. He's not going to die. If Buddha didn't die, we call him Buddha attained paranirvana, remember? So anyway, so this is the Gatha that tells us something very important. No? So people, because of their fear, go to different places like temples and trees and stupas, Arama Rukya Chetyani Manusa Bhayatajita Netanko Saranang Kemang. Very sorry, none of those things bring you the perfect refuge. They're not going to protect you. These trees and these whatever. You think that you, after paying homage to these gods in these trees, these gods are going to take care of you, protect your child from death, protect you from losing your job. No. But it give you some comfort. That is fine. You get some comfort, but your problem is not solved. Fear is going to come again and again, right? And therefore, netanko saranang kemang, that is not the greatest refuge. Then Buddha says, yocha buddhancha dhammancha sanghancha saranangato. Whoever, because of their fear, if they want the Buddha in their side, Dhamma in their side, Sangha in their side. If I want someone strong in my side, I want the Buddha, I want the Dhamma, I want the Sangha. Unshakable support. If I want support, I want unshakable support. Why Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha? Are they more powerful than all the gods? Of course, they are powerful, but that's not where the protection is coming from. Yocha buddhancha dhammancha sanghancha saranangato. Etang ko saranang kemang etang saranamuttamang. Why? Because whoever take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, chattari arya satchani sammapanyaya passati. That's the secret. Whoever have the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha in your side, in his side or her side, this person get to know Chattari Arya Satchani. Chattari Arya Satchani is no one has ever found anywhere in this universe except the Buddha himself. Chattari Arya Satchani is the Dhamma. Right? Whoever keep the Buddha in your side, you are also keeping the Dhamma in your side. If you have the Dhamma in your side, Dhammo have rakkati Dhammachari, when you follow the Dhamma, you are naturally protected by the Dhamma itself. And once you are totally protected, then what happened to you? You become a Sangha, enlightened person. You have enlightened people, Sangha, Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami. Sotapanna Marga, Sakadagami, Sotapanna Pala. No, Sotapanna Magga, Sotapanna Pala. Sakadagami Magga, Sakadagami Pala. Anagami Magga, Anagami Pala. Arahanta Magga, Arahanta Pala. 8 levels of people. The levels of understanding according to the step-by-step learning. You become Sotapanna first, and then you enter the Sotapanna Sakadagami path, then Sakadagami, then the Anagami path, and follow the path, and then you become Anagami, like that. So, who is becoming Sotapanna and Sakadagami and Anagami? Each different levels, what are you doing? If you become a Sotapanna, you slash your fear maybe 1 out of 4 time. 1/4 your fear is slashed down. No, very little fear now. 3/4 is still there. Then you become Anagami, Sakadagami. Then 50% of your fear is gone. You become Sakadagami, Anagami. 75% of your fear is destroyed, gone, eliminated from your system. You become Arahant, no fear whatsoever. Achieve the deathlessness, Arahant. How can you do that? by learning and practicing and using Four Noble Truths. First three Noble Truths are giving you all the necessary details of what your life is all about, where the fear is coming from, basically. Dukkha, Satya, number one, is all about fear. One side of the coin is fear, the other side of the coin is dukkha. When you get the coin, you don't know, you scratch and scratch the dukkha, and in the end, other side, you are scratching the fear. So when you are reducing dukkha means you are reducing fear. When you reduce 50% of the coin, 50% of the face is gone, 50% of the tail is gone. That means fear is gone and dukkha is gone, suffering is gone, 50%. When you completely eliminated fear, completely eliminated your suffering. So this is about the first noble truth. Chattari Arya Satchani. Sammapanyaya Passati. To direct wisdom, you see for yourself where the fear is coming to your mind. You have this attachment to your life, your health, and you are losing your health, and then fear is going to be there. You reduce your attachment, your fear is reduced, right? Your attachment to your mom is so strong, your mom is going to die, and you have so much fear and so much frustration and sadness and worries and all that comes. But that attachment from me to my mother, the object, that attachment is mentally created. That attachment is mentally created. There's a string, but there's actually no string. My string is attached to my mom, and therefore what happened to my mom is affecting me. What happened to my child is affecting me because I have a string connected me to my child, to my mom, to my property, my valuable things. But that string is actually not there. It's a mind-made string. But foolish us don't know that this is a mind-made string. I don't know if you have seen this, the chicken. When you hold a chicken and push him into the ground, and for him to see the chicken is when chicken is open and the head is on the ground, and you with the chalk you draw a line on the ground, and the chicken think that you are tied to the ground, and chicken cannot move. This is a chalk line, there's no rope, but chicken stays there, cannot move, because he sees there's a rope line. I don't know if you have seen it. You tried it and see, it works all the time. So that is what we are. How can you see that there's no string? Sammapanyaya Passati. Panya is the wisdom, direct knowledge. Direct knowledge can be cultivated and developed by any one of us, you or me or anyone else. It doesn't matter you are Buddhist, you are Christian, you are Muslim, you have to have this, because Muslims are attached to their things that they are attached to, their family and friends and property and name and fame and all that. Hindus are attached to those, Buddhists are attached to those. Religion doesn't matter. What country are you from? Doesn't matter. You are from England, you are from United States, you are from India, you are from Sri Lanka, you are from Vietnam. Your attachment to your mom, your attachment to your property, your attachment to your child is always the same. That is why Yocha Buddhancha Dhammancha, they are the only one who would go for Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha for guidance. I go to the Buddha for guidance, Buddha Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Dhamma for guidance, Dhamma Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Sangha for guidance, Sangha Saranam Gacchami. Now you see, and whoever, doesn't matter, has to go through this route to see that string attached to my thing that I think is mine is a mind-made string, not a real string, not a real rope tied to my things that I am attached to. So once you see this, you are free from fear. You are free from suffering. You are free from death, and you are free from birth and everything else. Okay? So that is why I always say, if any person, human being, this is a very brief explanation of what the Buddha taught. Buddha has taught every little thing about our life, human life or any other life. And so therefore I call Buddhism is not a religion. Buddhism is not a philosophy, because we used to call it, Buddhism is not a religion, it was a philosophy. Now I say, no, Buddhism is not a philosophy. Then they say, yeah, Buddhism is actually a way of life. I say, no, Buddhism is not a way of life. Then what? Today I am saying Buddhism is the user's manual. Who owns a life? Who owns life? Only Buddhist? No. Every human being owns a life. Doesn't matter you are Buddhist or Christian, Hindu, doesn't matter. You need the manual how to use your life efficiently. That's all what the Buddha taught for 45 years. Every little question. My student wrote to me, Bante, because I always tell them, these students, that Buddhism has everything to troubleshoot anything related to life. Buddha has taught. Buddhism has everything that you want, and you don't need to go anywhere. All the necessary information to fix any problem related to life is taught in Buddhism. And this guy wrote to me yesterday and said, Bante, one of my good friends committed suicide, and I am so sad-stricken. Do Buddhism have anything? So I said, yes. what is it? In the Petavatu, there's a Gatha, Anavato ito aga, ananunyato ito gato. That's a beautiful story, a beautiful verse. Your child died, or your best friend died. You didn't invite this person to your life. This person left without your permission and without your approval. So what is the reason for you to be sad and sorry? He came to your life without uninformed. He left your life without uninformed. So why are you so sad? So this is the Gatha in Pretavatu. in one of the sutras. So we don't have to, because one time this mother lost the child, and this little boy happened to be a heavenly being, and he looked at his mother from the heaven. My mom is not crying because I died. I mean, I am dead there. Uh, my body is right in front of my mom, dead body, and she's no worry, no sad, no crying, nothing. And so the guy come in disguise, the heavenly being come in disguise and ask the lady, why you are not crying? Why you are not sad for your son's death? Oh, the lady says, she's a Buddhist, Oh, you came to that boy came to my life without my invitation, and he left without my invitation also. So why do I have to worry? Very simple, no? That's the truth. But people who are emotionally um, involved in these kind of things think that this mother is very cold. No, 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 no. Mother is very smart. Mother is very realistic. That's why Buddhism is always realistic, not pessimistic, not optimistic. It is realistic. So take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha means learning the Four Noble Truth. What is the most important other side of the Four Noble Truth? Fourth Noble Truth. Fourth Noble Truth is practice. 1, 2, 3 is the theory. First Noble Truth, the theory. And fourth Noble Truth is the practice. What do you actually do? What do you do in your life to overcome fear, fight your suffering, fight your death? What do you want to do? These are the things that you have to do. Eightfold Path, every little aspect of the Eightfold Path is supportive condition to each other. For example, Sammavacha, wholesome communication. You have to practice, cultivate. What happened? When wholesome communication is practiced, you are verbally nice to your family members and relatives and friends, and your mind become peaceful because they are not fighting you back. They are not, giving you hard time because you are nice to them. And then what is happening? Number 8 is growing. What is number 8? Peace of mind. Samma Samadhi. Samma Samadhi is growing because you are practicing Samma Vacha. When Samma Samadhi is growing, what is happening? Naturally, the way you talk to your family members, if your mind is calm and peaceful, when you talk to your family members and friends, you are peaceful. And more you practice, cultivate your calmness of the mind, more you see things clearly. That is samadhi. You see things clearly. Okay, this is how it's happening. Very important. So you see. If you don't see, you don't understand what is valuable, what is not valuable. Asare sara matino, sare cha sara dasino. Because you don't see. But now your mind is calm and peaceful, you can see things better. So that is how Eightfold Path works. Every link of the Eightfold Path is supportive conditions to every other thing. When you see things clearly, you know that this has to be changed. To get this effect, then I have to put my effort. Sama Vayama. Right effort, wholesome endeavor. You have to put effort. Why you see that the water is leaking in the kitchen and this little knob is too loose. Now I cannot be lazy. I have to hurry up and find a tool and tighten this, and then it will be taken care of. The kitchen will be not flooded, because you see where the water is leaking from, because your mind is calm and you have the right view. You look at the right place. Some people look at the wrong place and say, oh, this is where the problem is. We need to fix this. We call them fools. We find them all the time. You see, the problem is crossed by some place else, and this person is working, trying to fix some other place, not knowing where the problem is coming from, where the actual problem is. So we have a lot of people like that among us. Not too smart, no wisdom, especially when it comes to things related to life. We call it more like wisdom, not lack of wisdom, or having good wisdom, good level of wisdom. So word wisdom that we use mostly for things related to life. If I have no wisdom, I could make mistakes that people get upset at me and give me hard time. As a result, I am having so much hard time in my life because I have no enough wisdom to see why they are giving me hard time, because of this and this and this reasons. They don't know. So they even do other things that create more aggravation. So things like that happen among us. So why we need the religion to begin with? Because we all experience fear, including Buddhists. We all have fear. Because of fear, we start looking for answers. Buddha did the same thing. And any of us, if we are interested in Dhamma, that is because we have faced fear. And a lot of people face fear. And unfortunately, no knowledge of the existence of Dharma, and they think that God is always there to look after you, and they become born again. Born again. I'm not saying born again Christian or born again that. They become born again something. Instead of starting to learn and practice Dhamma. But if this person who are experiencing so much fear, almost going to lose his life, he was taking too much drugs and lost family and lost everything, and now if this person has a person who knows Dharma, very rare. Person who knows Dharma is very hard to find. So that person is called Kalyana Mitras. If this person had a Kalyana Mitra always introduce this person to Dharma. Then you start pursuing Dharma and you overcome all your problems of your life. That few weeks ago you were going to commit suicide yourself, and finally some other friend, for some person, some other friend came and come and say, you have to have faith in God. That way you are protected. Then they become they develop faith in God somehow, which is okay. It is okay temporarily, not bad. But there's no solution. This is a very simple patchwork is done. I'm not saying that born again Christian or born again something else is not good. There is support, but no lasting solution. It is only found in the Four Noble Truth, not in Buddhism, but happen to be in Buddhism. Four Noble Truth you can find when you become a Buddhist or when you study Buddhism. You don't have to become a Buddhist. Becoming a Buddhist is a label, right? Learning Dhamma is totally different things from becoming a Buddhism, becoming a Buddhist. So learning Dhamma is the important thing. So remember, yocha buddhancha dhammancha sanghancha saranangato chattari arya satchani sammapanyaya passati. Even if you become a Buddhist, if you have no idea where the suffering is coming from, what is the cause of suffering, if you don't have any idea that suffering can be eliminated, if it is created by God, then you cannot eliminate it because that's a God's wish. But you know that it's my own mind is creating this suffering because my greed, my attachment, my hatred is the one that create me. My self-centered thinking is the one that create me this fear. If my self-centeredness is not there, then God wish to make me suffer. He cannot do it because I have no self-centered thinking. If the God want me to suffer, no way. You cannot do it. That's why Buddha said, God exists or not, it doesn't matter to you. As long as you find out where the fear or the suffering is arising from, it is arising from your own self-centered thinking. Once you will eliminate self-centered thinking, there cannot be fear. If you take this bulb out, there's no light. God wish to have light or not, it doesn't matter. The bulb goes off. There's no light in this room. You cut the wire, light goes off. Cause and effect. This is what the Buddha taught. Everything is based on cause and effect. When you cut the wire, electricity, the bulb has to go off. And when you cut the wire, if the bulb is still on, no. There's no such a thing in this universe because the current is coming to the bulb from the wire. When the wire is cut off, no, there cannot be bulb lit, no. So that is so simple. Huh? Therefore, you should know that learning Four Noble Truth is learning about cause and effect. Learning cause and effect is helping you to change the causes and conditions and change the effect. If you don't like the effect, change the causes and conditions, effect will be changed. That's what all the scientists in the world do. All the people in the technology, they don't like certain effect, they change it, the causes and conditions, and create the different effect. So all these marvels that we see in this world today, including these computers and all these things, are a result of finding out what causes what. That's how they put together and they create the effect. So anyway, then now that is the time for Dharma is actually gone a little bit. But today is the full moon day of the Buddha's Buddha day. Buddha Purnima in India, we call it Buddha Purnima, Vesak day. So these few things that you heard, This Dhammapada Gatha is from Dhammapada 188 to 192. 5 Gathas talking about one point, fear, and how to eliminate fear, how to overcome fear. And that's the Buddha's answer. Now, all religions in the world is caused by fear. When the fear is eliminated totally from your system, there's no need for any religion. That's one of the best thing that can happen to anyone. Because these days, religion is pretty dangerous. It creates fractions and it creates enemies. Religion should not be creating enemies for you. Someone to fight with you or someone for you to fight with. Don't need. So the religions, therefore that's why I say Buddhism is not a religion. Whoever become Buddhist should have no conflict with anyone else in the world, because chemistry and religion is two different things. Buddhism and religion is two different things. Buddhism is a manual. It's a little textbook. I told you last time that manual can be big, that manual can be medium size, that manual can be very small size. Mangala Sutta is only 1 page. The whole manual for life is there, complete from beginning to end. Everything is in there. That is if you want a small manual, short manual. But if you really want detail, you have the whole Tripitaka to learn from. Anyway, today's Dharma Talk is enough today, and I want all of you to seriously think of all these things. And now we share merit with all the Devas, because at the beginning of the Dharma Talk, we invited the Devas to participate in the Dharma Talk, and now they are here. They were listening with all of us, and now we thank them and send them off. Akasatthā ca bhummattha devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā chiraṃ rakkhantu loka sāsanam. Akasatthā ca bhummattha devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā chiraṃ rakkhantu desanam. Akasatthā ca bhummattha devānāgā mahiddhikā Puñyantaṃ anumoditvā chiraṃ rakkhantu no sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let us share the merit with all our family members and relatives here who are past, who are already gone, and who are still around us in Sri Lanka and Vietnam and some other places. Idammi ñātīnaṃ hontu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṃ hontu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṃ hontu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We have 10 minutes to begin the Buddha Puja, take a break and start Buddha Puja hour. Until then, we continue because my Dhamma talk was too long in one side, and we had 10 minutes we lost because of the recitation of 9 virtues of the Buddha. Now we have lost some time, and now because of that reason we just keep sitting in meditation. Try to keep your back straight as much as you can, and relax all your body parts, all muscles, and make them relax till you feel that they are not there. your leg, your hands, your head. And let us breathe normally. Now let us pay attention to our breath. If you are used to pay attention to the tip of your nose, you can pay attention to the tip of your nose. Also, if you feel that your chest is expanding and contracting, or your belly area, you can watch the breath looking at your belly. But you are paying attention to your breath. Pay attention when you are breathing long, when you are breathing short. Notice that that's a short breath, that's a long breath, that's a deep breath, and so on. Just notice. Now you are blocking all the other thoughts that is arising in your mind and paying only attention to your breath. But if your mind runs away for a cup of tea or something, no, that's not good. Because our effort is to stay focused on our breath. With total awareness, I am breathing in. With total awareness of the breath, I am breathing out. Mindfully, we are breathing in. Mindfully, we are breathing out. By observing the depth of our breath, we are breathing in and we are breathing out. Dukkhapatta cha nidukkha, bhayapatta cha nibbhaya, sokapatta cha nisoka, hontu sabbe pipanino. Dukkhapatta cha nidukkha, bhayapatta cha nibbhaya, sokapatta cha nisoka, hontu sabbe pipanino. Dukkhapatta cha nidukkha, bhayapatta cha nibbhaya, sokapatta cha nisoka, hontu sabbe pipanino. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now the Buddha Puja is being prepared. Some few of the members have brought dana like last few months when we had SIL retreat, 1 or 2 family physically come with the food today. Some people may be ready and they will be here. Now you can take a short break, maybe 2-3 minutes, but stay around. As soon as Bhante Shanta come here with the Buddha Puja with the members, we will start the Buddha Puja offering. Huh? And this time the children are joining us now. They can switch to our link and you can participate in offering gathas and Buddha Puja, doing Buddha Puja with your parents can join also. And then after that, Bhante Shanta will start the Dharma Talk. During this time, children at 1 o'clock go back to your Dharma School link and your SIL program is over by 2 o'clock. Venerable Kondanya will help you to release 5 precepts at 2 o'clock, by 2. So now you can stay with us. The children can stay with us until we finish the Buddha Puja. Thank you very much for participating on this Vesak full moon day SIL retreat. And as I mentioned, next Posong full moon is coming also. I think it is 23rd. I send you in the end of the email that you received. I have the date for Posong full moon, and please note of it. Okay. Look like we can take a 5 minutes break because Buddha Puja is not here yet. So please take a 5 minutes break and come back. Done, I will done. Itipiso bhagava arhang samma sambuddho Vidyacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purusadhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati sarati satta deva sanam buddho tipiso bhagava araham samma sambuddho Vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattadeva sanam buddho bhagavati iti piso bhagava araham samma sambuddho vidyacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati iti piso bhagava araham samma sambuddho vidyacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati sadhu sadhu sadhu. Ada may utum Vesak po dawse on this very special Vesak full moon day. We are offering the lunch meal to the Buddha together with the flowers, candles, and incense and other things. Today's Dana sponsor is Sanjeevani Dayananda together with her son and one friend Anusha. Lianage. Anusha Lianage, who has just recently joined the temple. And also we have Visakha Upekha Milton Tip, and she's a Vietnamese Buddhist who always bring offering to the temple. And she know that today is Vesak, so she brought the offering to the Buddha also. And now we recite the gathas to dedicate all these offerings. But before that, we all observe 5 precepts, except those who did not observe 8 precepts or 10 precepts. Everyone can recite Namo Tassa, but everyone can recite Namo Tassa and recite taking three refuge Buddha Saranam Gacchami until Tatiyampi, and then after that you can stop. But others who observe 5 precepts will continue. Everyone please say Namo Tassa 3 times to observe 5 precepts. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Buddhaṃ saranam
dhammang saranang gacchami sanghang saranang gacchami dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Adinnādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Kāmesu miccācāra veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Musāvāda veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Surameraya majjapama dattana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. On this Vesak full moon day, we are generating a lot of shraddha in our heart. When we have more shraddha, when we are doing the offering, more positive energy that we are generating because of the powerful shraddha we have. And all of us are very fortunate to generate so much shraddha, devotion to the Buddha, and dedicate all these wonderful offerings of flowers, candles, incense, and food and other articles. And the sponsors are wishing their parents to be healthy, especially Sanjeevani's mother to be healthy and strong in Sri Lanka. And all of us have our own family members, parents or grandparents passed away earlier. And let us think of all of them also, that we are generating this merit for not only for ourselves, but also for our relatives and friends also. And Upeka is here to transfer merit to Milton, who passed away recently, and she comes every month to transfer merit to her husband, Mr. Milton Tipton. And we also have our own other members of our community who passed away earlier. Some of them you know already personally, and let us share the merit with them also. Thinking may all of them, wherever they may be born at this time, may they be able to receive the merit that we are sharing with them, and by receiving, may they be able to increase their material comfort, and also finally, may they all attain ultimate peace, which is Nibbana. With all these thoughts in our mind, let us recite the Gathas.
Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavido anuttaro purisa dhammasarati sattā deva manussā Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samīci patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidan cattari purisa yugani atta purisa puggala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo dakkineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakettam lokasati Vandami cetiyam sabbam sabbetane supatittitam Saririka dhatu mahabodhin buddha rupam sakalang sada Yassa mule nisinnova sabbari vijayannaka Atto sabbanyutam satta vandetam bodhipadapam Ime hete mahabodhi lokanatena pujita Ambite namassami bodhiraja namassute Ganasarappaditena dipena tamadansina Tilokadipang sambuddhang pujayami tamodudam Sugandhikaya vadanang ananta gunagandhina Sugandhina hangandhena pujayami tathagatam Vannagandha gunopetang etang kusuma santating Pujayami munindassa siripada saroruhe Pujemi buddhang kusumena nena punyena medena cehotu mokkam Uppam milayati yatahi dhamme kayo tatayati vinasa bhavam adivase tuno bante paniyam parikampitam anukampang upadaya patigannatu muttama Adhivasetuno bante bhojanang parikampitam anukampang upadaya patigannatu muttama Adhivasetuno bante khanjakang parikappitam Anukampang upadaya patigannatu muttama Adhivasetuno bante gilana paccayang imang Anukampang upadaya patigannatu muttama Kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katang Acchayang kamame bante puripanya tathagata
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Today, we made offerings to the Buddha with his wonderful meal, together with the flowers, candles, and other things. That way, later on, some of the members, on behalf of all of you, will be offering food to the Sangha. By doing so, you generated so much merit through dana, and all of you observe 8 precepts or 10 precepts, and some others observe 5 precepts. So you generated merit for yourselves through sila, and now we need to generate some merit through bhavana. Dana, sila, bhavana are the 3 sources that we are generating positive energy that make our lives easier and better and more comfortable. Without merit, our life become more difficult and unhappy and sad and frustrating. And therefore, we always, as Buddhists, intentionally practice dana, sila, and bhavana and generate more and more merit for ourselves. And now we recite Metta Sutta to practice meditation. That is Metta Bhavana also. And by participating in focusing the mind on the recitation of the teachings of the Buddha, it's a meditation also. So through these 3 type of meditation, we are generating 3 type of sources. We are generating positive energy. So now we recite Metta Sutta to generate merit through bhavana. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Varaniya matta kusalena yantam santam padang abhisamicca sakko ujuca Suvacho chasya mudhuvanati santusya kocha subarocha appagicho cha sallauka utti santindriyocha nipakocha appagabbo kulesu ananugiddo nacha kuddam samachare kinchiyena vinyo pare upavadeyam sukhino akemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta yeke chipana bhutasti tasava tavarava anavasesa digava ye mahantava madhyima rasya khanu katula dittava yeva addhitta ye cha dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhave siva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta na paro paranni kubbeta nati manyete katta jinang kanchi vyarosana patiga sanya nanya manyassa dukkha mecceya matayata niyam puttang ayusa eka putta manurakke evampi sabba bhutesu manasam bhavaye aparimanam mettanca sabba lokasmin manasam bhavaye aparimanam uddam adoca tiriyanca asambadam averang asapattam tittam charan nisinno vasayano va yavetasya vigata middo etam sating aditteya brahmametam viharang idamahu dittenca anupagamma silava dassanena sampanno kamesu vinaya gedam naijatu gabbaseyam punareti etena satya vajjena suttite hotu sabbada etena satya vajjena suttite hotu
Sotti te hotu sabbada
Bhavatu
Sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te
Bhavatu
sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te
Bhavatu Sabba
Mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te nakkattayakka bhutanam papaggaha nivarana parittassanubhavena antu te sangupaddave sabbe buddha balam patta paccekanantayam balam arahantanantate dena rakkang bandami sabbaso.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. All of us are so fortunate to make offerings to the Buddha, because any offering that we make to the Buddha brings us the highest return of benefits, and there is no one else in the whole universe who is worthy of receiving our offerings of flowers, candles, incense, food, and other articles than the Buddha himself. And so we are fortunate to make offerings to the Buddha, and later the Sangha is very highly praised by the Buddha himself as one of the worthiest field of merit for everyone. And you will be offering food for the Sangha later, and by doing so you generated so much merit already. And now this is the time to think of all our family members and relatives and friends. First of all, we want to wish good health and happiness to Sanjeevani's mother, who is having health difficulties in Sri Lanka. But besides that, let us think of all our deceased family members and relatives and friends. Especially, I mentioned that there were so many members of the temple who were active at the temple, Dr. Vijayavanta, Sita, Auntie Sita, and Dr. Guru Singha, who is one of the main supporters of the temple, and Ian, Mr. Ian Denny, Ian Denny, and then we also have Mr. Godamunne and who else? Barana, one of the members, early supporters of us. Barana. Dr. Kappagoda is very important, and one of the most important supporting members was Dr. Kappagoda, who was my personal doctor also. And so let us think of all these special people on this special day, and let us make sure. Desi Auntie, Mrs. Desi Dayavansa, that is also one of the very pious member of the temple who passed away. Gamini's brother, Raja's brother Gamini, and who else? And all these people. Anyone, if I may miss, you can think of yourself and transfer merit to all those people. And with all these people in our mind, including our family members and relatives and friends, let us wish that may they all be happy and joyful wherever they may be born, but most importantly, may be able to stay in the path of Dharma, and may they be able to reach the Nirvana as early as possible and finish their journey by the power of the merit that we are sharing with them also. With these thoughts in our mind, let us share the merit with all the relatives and friends. Dhamme
Jnatinam hotu sukhita huntu jnatayo. Dhamme jnatinam hotu sukhita
share the merit with all the devas, Sri Vishnu, Katragama, Sumana Saman, and all the other powerful devas, plus all the devas who are protecting the temple and in charge of the temple. May all those devas also be able to receive the merit that we generated in this special full moon retreat day, and may all those devas also be able to increase their divine comfort, and in return may they bring additional protection to all of us and our family members and our children. And finally, may all those devas also attain ultimate peace, which is Nibbana. With these thoughts in our mind, we recite the Gatha Akasatta.
Akasatta ca bhummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu loka sasanam. Akasatta ca bhummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu desanam. Akasatta ca Matta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiram rakkantu mam sada.
When our mind is so full of positive energy and so much calmness, this is the perfect time to make our personal wish. Anyone has a personal wish regarding your children, regarding your parents' health and anything else, you can bring that wish into your mind at this moment. But most important wish that we all should make is to be able to have good people in our life, wise people, nice people, kind people, gentle people. Most importantly, the people who know Dharma, who can give us good advice and lead us the right direction. Those are called Kalyana Mitras. Let us make the wish that anywhere and everywhere we go, may we always be blessed with so many Kalyana Mitras, and may we also be able to stay away from unfortunate, unwise people who would direct us from the wrong direction. With these thoughts in our mind, let us recite the Gatha Imina Punya Kammena.
Imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya. Imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya. Imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya.
Transfer merit to Milton, right?
Yes.
Good. Now the children are excused for lunch break. They can join back with the other link to listen to Venerable Kondanya from New York, and that is the children's program. And all the adults can take the lunch break now and also be here by 1 o'clock. Because Bhante Shanta will give the Dharma Talk in Sinhala, and after that we will have the Dhamma discussion. And if you still have any question, you can email them to abstemple@gmail.com, and we have some questions already, but if you have any question, you can send it during the lunch time. And thank you very much, and please take your break.